Our next inductee, Leigh Gullette. We just found out that we have something in common. He only has one suit too. So I like you all already, Leigh. Leigh, you played at College of San Mateo for Coach John Noche just a couple of years after Steve, and John's got a couple of words to say about you.
This gal doesn't trust me. We were very fortunate to get Leigh out of the military and for him to come here. His maturity really helped our team's success. He was an outstanding player. He was very, very fast afoot, and one of his strong points was that he had developed the skill of drag bunting, and our verbal sign in those days used to be, if I wanted a player to drag bunt, it was take the money and run. And that's what Leigh did. He'd put the ball down and he'd run and he'd beat the first baseman to the ball and be very, very successful. He went on to Miami and did a great job down there. We were very, very fortunate to have him. One other thing about that 1977 team, Leigh was injured. We were in the state finals in Long Beach, and we were in the finals, and Leigh hurt himself, tore his ACL, and as a result, he couldn't play in the last two or three games, and that put a serious crimp in our plans or our hopes to win the state tournament. Also tonight, I'd like to mention two former players that are here, and one of them was on the 1977 team, 78 team with Leigh, and I haven't seen him for 40 years until tonight. Ron Sylvia, he's still here. And then we have another old-time ball player here, and it sounded like earlier it was Half Moon Bay night. Well, Neil coached at Half Moon Bay. He played here in 1964 and 5, first baseman, and he also coached at Half Moon Bay. Neil McNevin out of South City. Neil.
Leigh, as John let us know, you got out of high school and you went into the Navy for 4 years. So you're coming back into community college a little bit older than the other, I can't say kids, not the other kids. You're a young man and their kids. And how did that go? What was the transition like for you? What was it like for them to have a Doug Williams keeps calling you the salty dog because you were, what was it like making that transition in that way?
It was very easy, actually, because Coach Noche's a real disciplinarian. It's almost like being in the military. And so he's really good with 19-year-olds and 20-year-olds, but he wasn't really sure what to do with 23-year-olds, because we could buy the beer for the other guys, But anyways, he had a thing called Hill Week. And me and Steve Wallace, who was out of the Army, it was a cakewalk for us, but these other kids that had to get up at 6 in the morning to run, and do their thing, some of those guys had to be punished for not showing up and stuff, but it was an easy transition for me.
After you left CSM, you were at University of Miami 2 times in a row. You played in the College World Series. What was that experience like for you?
It was a wonderful experience. You got 20,000 people showing up to this thing. Omaha doesn't have a pro team, so the people there just go crazy at the College World Series. My memory is my senior year, we were ranked #1 coming into the tournament, and we were in the winner's bracket final. going to the championship game if we win, and we're winning 2-1 in the bottom of the ninth. And I'm in center field, and this big lanky kid named Bob Melvin was coming to the plate, manager of the Oakland A's. Well, he ended up hitting a home run about 100 feet over the fence for a walk-off. And we're just saying, we're out of the tournament. I mean, we were ready to go to the championship game, so that's my big memory. It's a great story, too, because Bob Melvin stuff.
Being a veteran of the military may have been a special situation for you after being selected to the Pan American team. So you're representing the United States in the Pan American Games, and what happened there?
Well, our coach, Ron Frazier, at Miami was Coach of the Year because we were ranked #1. And so he selected a lot of All-Americans from different colleges to be on this Pan American team. And he asked me if I would come with him. So I wasn't a starter, but he would put me in late innings, for defense, because I could play center. I could go get him. So anyways, we're in the championship game against Japan. We're winning 2-1 with 2 guys on for Japan. All they need is a single up the middle. And the Japanese have these clone swings that they make contact and they hit singles. So I was cheating in. I knew they were going to try to hit a single up the middle. Well, all of a sudden, a line drive goes over the second baseman's head, and I dove and I caught it, and everybody's going, where did this guy come from? So anyways, that's my great memory, and we won the Pan Am Games, and I got a gold medal.
Leigh, I know that you shared with me the names of some people that helped you in your athletic career. Maybe you want to give credit to a few of those now?
Basically, 3 coaches in my life. My Carlmont coach, Jim Liggett, was a fantastic coach, and he just passed away last year from Lou Gehrig's disease, horrible disease. But after that, then I was in the Navy, played some fast pitch softball for the Admiral. But the next guy that I played for is directly and indirectly responsible for a lot of things in my life. Basically, John corralled me and got every ounce of talent I had. He made me bunt twice as much as I wanted to, and but it was the reason I had so much success. And he's the one that talked me into going to Miami. I had this ego going, and I wanted to go to Arizona State, of course, West Coast. And he said Miami fits better for me, so I went. Well, I ended up meeting my best friend. We have 2 wonderful boys. So they're out there. Then I come back to California a couple years later. I'm going through job from job. He gets me an interview at Bay Meadows Racetrack for the assistant general manager. 30 years later, I got a pension, and I'm living large now. So, so he has a lot to do with it, John Nochi. I love you, John.
Leigh, congratulations on being selected for induction into the College of San Mateo Athletic Hall of Fame. We're proud of you. Thank you. That makes a lot more sense. I'm sure when I tried calling Leigh before, he was at a golf course